So the thing about easy money is that it basically doesn't exist unless you marry up the societal ladder, win the lottery, or you were born rich. What do I mean by that? I mean that generally the best decisions in life are the most boring ones. For example, the promise of winning the lottery, or you are the exactly 10,000th visitor of this website. Click here and earn a lot of money. And look at me, I can teach you how to make millions of dollars in no time. Just invest this and that into my classes. Or I have this great crypto investment. You put in $20, you get out $200 in 2 months. 2 months notice. And 99.99% of these adventures are scams and net negative to your financial balance. And the ones that do pop off is purely due to luck, exactly like the lottery. And that smear measle chance of getting it right is not worth it. But I can understand why people are lured to this notion and to this idea, especially nowadays when, I'm gonna be honest, it feels like in today's economy, basically no matter where you live, even in the best countries, it feels like if you start with no advantage or some inheritance from your parents or your family, it basically feels like you're playing a free-to-play phone game as a free-to-play player against a heavy whales, like heavy cash shoppers. Like you stand absolutely no chance. Like the things that they do in 2 minutes, it takes you 20 years. Like it's crazy to me how a down payment for a house is just not outright the cost of the house. It's crazy. Like you need to work like a decade, maybe even more, just for the down payment for a decent apartment, and then you marry the bank for 20 to 30 years, and that's it. That's basically your entire life. And I think people really, really don't like that. But and yeah, and it creates a larger opportunity for scammers and even legal scams like the lottery. It allows them to weasel through society very rapidly like a plague. And that's when you see people losing their entire life savings on stupid crypto investments and the lottery and casino and these stupid scam investments and classes that promise you to make you a financial genius, when in reality the most that they teach you is just, oh bro, make more fucking money, put some aside and invest into stocks or real estate, and that's it. The most popular ones is basically just be be sure to have side hustle, which basically says just get another job. Like if you have a job, get another job, part-time job or whatever. It's not rocket science. If you need money, you gotta make more money. that's basically what they're telling you. And part of it is obviously people's own ego. They feel like they are special, that they are smarter than the system, that they can outsmart those people that are trying to scam them, and they are gonna predict the future in this football match and get 10x the return and things like that. Yes, ego is obviously a big contributor as well. And as dull as it sounds, yeah, making money is pretty fucking boring unless you are like that guy that had a contrary idea that popped off despite everything, and you became a very successful person. But it's not gonna happen for most people. Most people are just gonna struggle most of their life just to get four walls and then die. And hopefully their children after that won't fuck it up on drugs or gambling or some other shit, or I don't know, a nature's disaster. It wipes it all out. I think it's extremely depressing, and that's why a lot of people not only play with fire with their money, they just altogether, even if, like if you want to participate in society and in the hamster wheel of the country's economy, you're basically looking at a very uphill battle. And on the other hand, and that explains why a lot of people just look at that and they just withdraw from society, and they just say, you know what, I'm not even gonna try, because what's the point? This pay to win guy has castle level 55 in 2 days, and my castle is level 1 after a month. So you know, in this space, I'm not gonna make anything of value. And that's why you know, people, I think that's why people are more depressed and don't see much point in anything, and that's why they spiral into this whirlwind of self-destruction, because they don't see any hope or future. They feel like the game is rigged against them. And yeah, it's a little bit you know, you can say, oh, it's a victim mentality, shut up, suck it up, just go out there and you know, and make piles and piles of money. It's easy. What do you mean? And that mentality is I feel like it's better than just admitting defeat, but it also, I think it's dangerous too, because it's most probably a survivor's bias, a very heavy one. Like if you made it, it must be possible for everyone, and it's not. It's not. If you made it, you know, I hate this term of I'm a self-made man / woman, whatever. Yeah, because no one is self-made ever. Like if you made it, you didn't do it alone. You had help from a lot of sources, which you just overlook, and you just pander to your own ego, and you say, "Oh, it's all me, baby. It's all me." But it's not. You had your parents supporting you. You had some partner supporting you, friends, someone at work, a connection you made that saw a potential in you and gave you an opportunity. It's never just you. You can never achieve anything alone. It's not how life or society or human beings work. There is no such thing as self-made. And there is an insane amount of luck as well. But people don't want to admit that, because then it diminishes their own achievements. You know, some people are just born with a higher IQ than other people, and they just can become doctors and lawyers and engineers, and their life is much easier than people that are born with a lower IQ that can do these things. And it's not like I am bashing those people that they are stupid. It's just the way it is. Some people are not born 6'5" and they can't play professional basketball. And of course, there are outliers that are like 5'8", but they are very far in between. So yeah, it's funny, and it's kind of sad as well. You know that we kind of sacrificed a lot to get here, and now you can't even buy a house. It's not even a possibility for a lot of people, and they look at that and they can't even afford basic things like shelter and food, and they're like, they give up. And I can see why. But in the end, try to be a little more modest and smart and boring with your money. A lot more boring. Safe and steady wins the race. I'll see you around.